Hey there, welcome back. My name is Casey and this is Boots and Bounty Homestead. We're going to do a little quick tour today of our fall, late summer items and see what's changing around here because it's been quite busy this week. Kind of been out of touch because I've been so busy. So we're going to walk around and I'm going to show you, starting right here, some of the new changes that are coming your way. So right here, you see we've got broccoli and cauliflower coming up. They are kind of hard to start. I started these like maybe 3 weeks ago, and I had a seed in every single one of these cells, and I only got about 5 out of each one that come up. As you can see over here, it's still kind of naked. I hadn't decided what exactly I'm going to do yet. I think the sand down there I'm either going to use for the chickens, or I don't know, something else. I'm not going to put it in the garden or anything because my dirt is well draining, so I don't need any help there. The dirt in here, I believe we're going to go ahead and fill in some of the spaces in the garden, so we can go ahead and build that dirt back up. Kind of skipping around a little bit. So here we've got our green beans, and I have gotten quite a bit of green beans off here, and as you can see, I need to pick them. Need to get these picked. I might actually do that. Let me go get the ladder. This is the fun part. Get my bucket. That's a workout. I got a little bit. Not too bad. I picked them yesterday, so it's not going to be too many out here. Oh, I missed a couple. Oh well, those will be too big in a few days. The next thing is our cucumbers here. And they have little babies all over them. Hang on a second, I gotta lower this down some. Alright. They got little babies on them. Still got a pollinator. You guys see him? There. That little flower. I actually picked, oh, we got another one. Right there. I actually picked 3 off the other day. Oh my! Very active today. Oh, look. Where is it at? I can't see on here. It's too bright. Yep, there it is. Right there. He'll need to be gotten in a couple of days. Got a bunch of little babies on there. Pretty excited to be growing some in the fall. Alright, so I brought the bucket back up here. Let's go out here to the big garden before we head over to the other side of the house. And I'll show you kind of what's changed over here and what we've got in mind to do. So of course Logan's flowers, still big and beautiful. And still producing. They got little blooms all over them. And in here, we went ahead and pulled up these Golden Jubilee tomatoes right there because they're not going to last through the fall because it's going to get too cold too fast on them. And they're just not going to do good. So we went ahead and ripped those out. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here and pull all these peas up because they did not do so hot this year. This bed is full of ants and they just ate my leaves up, ate the plants up. They even ate the peas up. I mean, they look bad. And I doused these things in diatomaceous earth. I even put 7 dust on them. I was so desperate. Just to get them to leave my peas alone. Because my friend Jessica is the one that helped me plant these and I was going to give her some. But I've probably gotten a whole 10 peas off of the whole field. So I'm going to go ahead and pick all the green ones and everything, salvage what I can. And then we're going to just plant them again, maybe in the spring or just let somebody else grow them. And I'll use this bed for something else. But that was my attempt for the year. Did not do too good. And then we showed you guys how we pulled up all the okra. Or you see all my leftover pea holes there. From us shelling peas. And I have already started planting kale. Oh boy. Okay, so here's my marker. Looky there. Hee hee. Little bitty kale plants. That's what I was coming out here to see if they had started coming up. And there's a couple, see one right there? They've started coming up. How exciting. Looky there. There's a bunch of them. So I want to stagger my kale. Oh, you can see them all the way up there. I want to stagger my kale planting a little bit just to see if there's any difference. Because I want to do the succession planting. Never really did a whole lot of that just because we usually plant and harvest and, you know, preserve all at one time. We don't do succession planting, but that's something I want to do this year, especially with kale and lettuce and maybe some radishes or something. I've got to do those in the ground real quick. I'll be doing those pretty soon. But that's just some ideas that I've gotten I want to do and try really quick. There's a whole bunch of ants over here. If y'all have any tips on how to get rid of ants in your garden, please tell me, because these beds, I have 2 that are horse manure, 3 years old. This one behind me is new, where the peas are. That's new, and that's got gin trash in it from the cotton gin. And all 3 of them are just ate up with ants. We've come out here, we've actually sprayed the house ant spray, the house defense, around the garden. And I've come in here and doused it down with DE. I don't know what to do. I've never had a problem with ants. But anyway, so that's my idea for this, and I will show you what I've got coming up that's going to go right beside, nope, I take that back. It's not either. It's going to go at the back of the house. I'll have to show you that when we get over there. The sun is mighty bright. So in the kale bed right here, I'm going to do just a whole bunch of succession planting with the kale and see how that does. Hi, Emma. And I told you guys before, the strawberries will overwinter themselves. And they have kind of done that. Kind of taken over the next bed a little bit. But those will be real good for next year's bed. I come in here and I trimmed up the blackberries. Cut off some more of these vines here. Because they were just getting outrageous. And we pulled the sunflowers out, and you'll see we still got some chives here. Hadn't mentioned the chives a whole lot just because I planted them back here and just kind of left them. They're going to seed, so I may save some of those seeds or just let them reseed themselves. And that's all going on in this bed. Oh, the flowers over here, I did tie these up because they were laying down. They were just all over from here over. They were just laid down covering this up, and that was blocking off some of my garden I needed, especially for the sun. So I tied them up, and I'm just kind of letting them die back and do their thing. I'm gonna wet the dirt while I'm over here. Baby seeds are still growing, so you gotta keep them moist so it germinates. Since our kale has germinated, I won't have to do this anymore, but whenever you plant in the ground or even with your starts, you have to make sure you keep the dirt moist or they won't germinate. That's why up there, the cauliflower and the broccoli in the tray has the bottom tray underneath it that the little cups sit into, or the little cells they sit into, because you keep water in the bottom tray, and then that way it keeps it bottom water, so it pulls it up as it dries. It pulls the water up and keeps that dirt moist. Same thing in the garden. Whenever you plant them in the ground, unless it's out in the field and you just want to let God water it, that's fine. In these raised beds, they do dry out faster because they don't have the water capillaries running through the soil as an in-ground garden. So we have to play God sometimes and give this a little drink. So the kale has already germinated, so I won't have to do that much anymore unless I just, because it hadn't rained here in about a week and a half or so, so I'm actually having to water a few things as I walk around. And I'll show you in a minute whenever we go up there to show you what else I'm growing up there. I have it sitting in a bucket top. So everything's looking good. I'm excited to see my kale coming up. And you don't have to plant it individual cells. Basically just throw it out there and it'll come up. But I did, like I showed you, I did try to put them in some kind of semi-row so I will know which ones I planted when. And I planted those last week, I believe. So it says 7 to 14 days germination, and I got, let's see, today's Friday, 5 days. So actually I planted them Sunday. So 5 days and these germinated. So we're doing fabulous. This is Dinosaur Kale that we've got coming up. These have to be planted about a foot apart because they get huge. And since they are purple, I'm going to plant them down here with my red cabbage. So I'll have all purple that goes along the back deck here. So I planted these last week, and they stuck their heads up today. I've got them sitting on this right here because it holds water, and I'm bottom watering them. Kind of like these trays right here, you can put water in there, and it keeps them wet. So that way you don't have to worry about washing away your seeds whenever you water them. Here is the back flower bed. We ripped all the tomatoes up because we left the trellis there. What we're going to do is we're going to take these poles and the cinder blocks down and lower this trellis down until the spring. And in the spring, I think I'm going to plant my peas here and just let my peas run up it. I hadn't decided just yet. That may be something down the road. Hadn't decided quite yet. But I went ahead and I have red cabbage. 1, 2, 3, 4 planted right here. So that way it stays cool and in the shade. And then whenever it frosts, I can just come out the back door and cover it up if I need to. But they should be okay. Emma's herb bed still here. Still rocking and a-rolling. All her mint's coming out from where I cut it all down. And I cut it all down and it come back full force. Her peppers are still going, slowing down some. We seen her pineapple sage had bloomed the other day. Is that pretty? Put some color amongst all this green. And over here to the side, we have our yellow and green zucchini. Doing okay. I may lose that one. The one that was right there and the two that were actually right here, that's a tomato from the chicken manure. But the two right here, I lost those to the vine borers. And that one may be the next to go. But, well, maybe this one too, shoot. Yep. See if you look right down in there. Let's see if I can get you guys down here. See right down in there? It is just rotten. Those are vine borers. And it's starting to look droopy. So, yep, it's probably fixing to go. And then over here, looky here, looky here. Got us some squash I'm gonna pick in a couple days. I picked one the other day, and it was just slimy on the bottom, so I gave it to the chickens. Got some birds too. Water them. And this one has a bunch of male blooms. Oh, there's one. Way down there, there's a female. This is the female. Great. That's the female with the fruit on it. These are all males. Males don't produce the fruit. Just like us women, we have to do all the work. Rearing all the babies. So these female blooms. And over here, our garlic. One has come up. And I cheated and looked. Oh, look, they're starting to poke through. Look, there it is. It's coming up. Move out of the way. Look at there. Look at there. I cheated the other day and come out here and peeked in there, in the ground. Look. Oh, that's so exciting. Jessica, look, they're coming up. And let's see, what's over here? Is this one coming up yet? No, that one ain't coming up yet. And I think this one is. Let's see. Nope, not yet. Okay, and then these back here are the corms. And I don't think they're going to do anything until next year, but we'll see. I don't know, I've never planted those. So, and I know there's still garlic down in there, because I did check that. And here's my poor little pitiful green beans. Between these and the other ones over there, I've gotten about 2 gallons over about the last week. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And then, as you see down through here, guys, we've got a couple of broccoli and cauliflower. It's 4. I don't know which one is which, or how many I have of what. I forgot what I planted. But I got 4, actually 5, because there's 2 right there. And I took this one right here off yesterday. It was in with that one, and I planted it over here. So, I need to water it. But I'm going to come back here and pick these real quick. Okay, so here's the green beans we've got picked. I didn't get many more than I already had, but that's okay. I picked them pretty heavy the other day, so they're not going to be too many in here. With it being cold, they're not producing as fast. So this is where I'm going to pull up the green beans probably next week and give the broccoli and cauliflower time to get a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to move them out here. After I pull these up, I'm going to put the broccoli and cauliflower on either side, just like I have the green beans planted right now, because I have those down the center. That way, if I need to cover this bed or anything, they'll kind of all be together. And I believe that's it for this bed right now. See, the critters ate my beans up too, like they did my peas. But these weren't ants. These were actually the little ladybug looking things, like squash bugs. Not squash bugs, cucumber beetles. They look like those. So I was killing them as I seen them and stuff. So let's move on. Thank you guys for stopping by and coming to see me today and enjoying the walk around the yard with me. I think I've showed you everything. Things have come out, things have went in, things are changing. Growing the broccoli and the cauliflower and the dinosaur kale, that's all fixing to go in. So it's good timing, good temperatures for the stuff that I'm planting. I just don't know how long it's going to last and how cold, how fast, how cold it's going to get and how fast it's going to get that cold. So I've got to be prepared for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get things growing, get things in the ground, and plan to get them covered if I need to, if it does become a problem to where it does get too cold. So in the bottom, leave any kind of comments below, any kind of suggestions. Say, hey, why aren't you doing this, or why aren't you doing that? Why don't you, have you thought about doing it this way or whatever? Please let me know, because this is our classroom together. We are learning every day, every season, every year, because it always changes. As you know, this year has been a crazy year for our gardens. Some people couldn't grow tomatoes, some people couldn't grow squash, and that's something that anybody really should be able to grow. And some people were just having problems with it. And it wasn't because of COVID, it's because of the changes in our earth and what we're going through. And that's a whole nother subject. If you want to know about that, I can send you the link to another homesteading group that follows all of that. So I want to show you real quick too our marigolds that we planted, and the dwarf marigolds, those are looking really good. And then Steven's big old massive plant over there, and I do have some of the basil left. It's going to seed. I'm gonna kind of just let it stay there, and then of course a couple of my herbs. So anywho, let me sit back down. Well, I thank you guys for stopping by, and like I said, leave me a comment below, suggestions, ideas, questions, whatever. Just let me know you stopped by. And welcome to our new subscribers. We do have a few that we got this week that are new subscribers, and I will be going to you guys' channel and checking you out if you have any videos. If you are one of the content people on YouTube, I'll be going to check out your videos. So stop on by next time, and we will see you later. Bye, and God bless.